What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodgy, and this is your sports show for Wednesday, May 26, 2021. This is all brought to you by Buffalo Peak Golf Course out in Union. Take the Union Highway on the east end of La Grande, go to past the beautiful Hot Lake Resort, go to Union, go through town. On the left-hand side, there's a turn. You'll see a sign on the right that says Buffalo Peak Golf Course. Go up the hill and check out Buffalo Peak, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Buffalo Peak Golf Course. Meet me at the peak. Diet update, Metrim. So I was I was kind of frustrated. I weighed today and I only lost 1.5 pounds this week, but then I was really thinking about it, and there's going to be weeks like this. I mean, at least it's not a positive number, right? Metrim has been right there by my side through all of this. Their food is not bad. I mean, you shop inside there and you try different things and you figure out what you like, and then that's what you go with down the road. I am 8 weeks in now. I couldn't be happier. I'm 30 pounds down. It's just been spectacular. If you want to lose 5 pounds or if you want to lose 100 pounds, it doesn't matter. Metrim's got the plan for you. You can, I mean, there's the proof's in the pudding. I'm slowly transitioning, and when I hit my goal, this is going to be phenomenal. And it's a lot of it's thanks to you guys and to your support and to your cheering on and all of that. I mean, I couldn't be more grateful. You know what I mean? And Metrim MD in La Grande, they're right next to us. They're literally like right next to us on 4th Street, right by Adams. You can't miss it. Go to their website or give them a call or stop in and get a free consultation. Moving forward, last night, Dana London and myself, Dana London from Buffalo Peak, who's the sponsor of the show today, got to present the Doug Trice Memorial Scholarships at the high school, and man, it was phenomenal. Everyone that applied was deserving. It was a really tough choice for our panel, and we ended up deciding on Braxton Basinius and Jaden Wiggins. And like I said, everybody that applied was deserving. You kids are phenomenal. Everyone that applied. And I'm proud of you guys. I eventually like to get Braxton and Jaden on my show, so I'm going to reach out to them and see if they can come on, and we'll talk about, you know, their senior year in athletics and just everything that's gone on with them. But like I said, I'm super proud. EOU update. We have track nationals going on right now, so I'm going to give you a list of everybody that qualified. Go to EOUsports.com to follow it. And I mean, live stats, they'll keep you up to date. I'll put the address right here, and I'll also put it up above the link so you can go straight to their website and follow this track and field team. The qualifiers are as follows. On the women's side, Michaela Akers qualified in the javelin. Carly Bedard qualified in the 4x800. Allie Best qualified in the javelin. Jasmine Devers qualified in the 200-meter and the 400-meter dash. Katie Jo Gebhardt, I hope I said that right, qualified in the 4x800. Michelle Herbs qualified, or Herbis, Michelle Herbis qualified in the 800-meter and the 4x800. Olivia Lane qualified in the heptathlon and the 4x800. Maggie Ledbetter, who was just on my show, qualified in the shot put, the hammer, and the discus. Callista Van Delden qualified in the 4x800. And finally, Carrie Ann Zolman qualified in the javelin. Look at all these ladies that qualified for nationals in the javelin. That's phenomenal. The men's qualifiers are as follows. Tyler Davis, Travis Davis, TJ Davis qualified in the decathlon. Lucas Hidalgo qualified in the pole vault. Alex Cosell qualified in the long jump and the triple jump. I'm sorry ahead of time for the name. I hope I get it right. Moses Mechanic qualified in the javelin. Cody Millmine qualified in the 100-meter. Hunter Nichols qualified in the 800-meter. Sam Rodowig qualified in the decathlon. and Travis Running. What a name, right? Travis Running, and he's a distance runner, qualified in the 5,000 meter. Congratulations to every one of you. Let's kick some butt at nationals. Let's bring back some places. Let's bring back some All-Americans, maybe a national championship. Let's go. Mount up. My guest today. So let's get straight to it. He's the new interim head coach at EOU men's basketball. Chris Kemp. Here it is. Kemp, what's up?
What's up, Dodsy? Thanks for having me.
About this, man. I don't know if you realize that some people lost some sleep over like this decision.
I do realize, me probably included. Let's be honest. So,
I can imagine. The crazy thing was when the decision to move on happened, like the amount of buzz, you know what I mean? Because I as much as I loved Carlito, like there needed to be some sort of rejuvenation going on, and man, no one better than you in my eyes. I'm serious, man. It's wonderful.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm obviously excited, but I know it was a little bit of a crazy time there for a couple weeks.
Yeah. So moving. Well, let's talk about you first. Let's introduce you to. I mean, you've been on the show. You've been on the Johnny Ballgame show in the past, but let's give the viewers at EOAlive a chance to get to know you. Like, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to college? How'd you end up at EOU?
Yeah. So I grew up in Mesa, Arizona, and then I started coaching at the high school level for about 6 years out of college. So sorry, but went to Arizona Christian University, played 3 years there. Graduated in 2009, then started coaching at high schools in the Mesa Gilbert area for about 6 years. Got some great experience there, and then decided I wanted to try to make the jump to the college game. Had a connection with the coaches at North Idaho College in Coeur d'Alene. That's where my family had moved while I was in college. So I had never lived there, but they moved up to Coeur d'Alene during pretty much when I graduated, and just kind of emailed the coach, asked for an opportunity, and he said that they'd be open. Let's meet when you come. So we kind of made plans. I tossed the whole family in the van, and 2 kids at the time. And we just moved up there, not really having any idea what it was going to look like, if we were going to have a chance. North Idaho had just come off being ranked #1 in the country. They sent like 8 players Division One. One became a All-American at Florida State, and so they're coming off just a crazy run. Had the National Junior College Player of the Year. That was the Florida State kid, and but had a coach that had left. And so I kind of just walked into their offices and said, "Hey, I'd like a shot. I want to be in the college game." And the rest is a little bit of history now. Then Carlito called them looking for an assistant when he got the job at Eastern, and they connected us. He came to Coeur d'Alene to interview me, and he gave me my first shot. And so I've been his assistant for the last 4 years. And then as well as doing it on the women's side this last year, being assistant for both, which was a really cool experience for me as well.
Yeah, you always gave you flack up in the stands, not to your face, but you had to wear the same outfit as the other coaches. So I'm up there like,
to my face a little bit. You gave me flack, which was okay. If Angie she could tell me whatever to wear, I'll wear what she says. And
she's the boss.
Her and Tiff is kind of the style of the group, so I let Tiff decide my outfits, and it worked out good. I had a blast with the girls, and it was fun.
They all the girls really liked you too. I mean, everything I've ever heard. Well, I've never heard a bad thing about Kemp, to be honest. Like, it's like constant. And that kind of leads me into the next question, like around, like a lot of people that understand basketball and that have been around would refer to you as a player coach, right? And a player coach is like a coach that is more, like I don't want to say enamored, but more ingrained into the players' lives and is, like more. Would friend be a good word for it? Is that the right word?
Yeah, I think that's the only way I know how to do it, is to really care about the players off the court. And I genuinely do. That's what got me into coaching. That's what drew me to it, is that if I can figure out how to make my job to do basketball and have a positive effect on guys' lives, that's what I want to do. And so the only way I know how to do that is to get to know them off the court and to spend time with them and really kind of dig into the person that they are. And ultimately I believe that that's going to make us better as a team as well, and them better as a player. And it's kind of the only way I know how to do the job. So as that comes off as a player's coach, then that is true, I'd say, probably. But I also think it builds up some credibility where you can hold guys accountable to some things, because you've kind of shown that you care about them off the court. So then you can really get on them a little bit and hold them to a high standard. So that's just my hope of what I can do going forward.
Right. And we talked a couple of days ago or yesterday, and one of the things is it gives you a really solid foundation, right? Like a really solid foundation to build on, because you already have a relationship with a lot of these guys and they respect you, and they know your kids. They've been, you know what I mean? Like, it gives you a real solid foundation in my eyes.
Yeah. And I mean, with how much in the last, really, it's been almost 2 weeks that I've been kind of working towards this, but just with how much I'm learning and doing, that's all new, to have that, to just know the players and at least have a base, like you said, kind of a foundation, has been a huge deal, because every day it feels like I'm doing something I've never done and trying to kind of wade through it. But having some foundation of knowing the guys and them knowing me has been a big deal.
What's your biggest fear, like, going into being a head coach? This is your first time being a head coach at the college level. What's your biggest fear? Like, what's the one thing that constantly pops up in your head?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have fear. I just don't know what I don't know till I do it. And a lot of people think that they can move over one seat and do a great job. Um, but so much of the job is a little bit unknown until I do it. How can I manage a game? How can I make those decisions? I've been fortunate to be pretty involved in a lot of that, but especially in my unique opportunity, I have a year to prove that I can do it. So um, it's still cool. I think I would take this over a lot of different, as far as if I had just had to try to interview against 100 guys, I don't think that my resume stands up. But because of the timing aspect of it, because of COVID and things like that, I get this opportunity. And my personality is more of a doer anyway. So I'm not really a talker. I want to go out and do it. And so I don't know. I don't know if I have fear that I can't do the job, but I have an ultimate belief I can. I just don't, I guess, losing.
Hey,
I don't know. I'm not real fearful about it. I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
if I was you, my biggest fear would be the fact that you have to take Carlito's place in the battle at the peak, and if you aren't hitting the golf ball well, you're going to look like you're not going to look real good.
Hey, I'm not very good at golf, but I can hit it a little bit. I'm I mean, I'm better than all the players, so that's a good start. So I got to
Hey,
know.
the players are all good golfers too. Not like great, but they're all athletes. They can all hit the ball. Everyone that I've played with.
Yeah. Well, no matter what they say, I carried them when we went and played. So no, I could hit the ball a little bit. We'll see.
uh,
I can get better.
so let's talk about goals for this season. So one of the big things is you're going to get to coach Max McCullough in his final season. I mean, this is it for him. And I mean, it's what, season 6 for him or something like that. I mean, even if you don't count like red shirts, or I don't know exactly how many it is, but you know, last season with the all-time leading scorer, All-American. I mean, I call him one of a kind. That's my nickname for him, Max One of a Kind McCullough, and that has to be a good feeling knowing that you have him there, and not that he's the only player on the team, but he brings a lot of different, you know, he brings a lot to a basketball team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm super excited to coach Mac. We have a special relationship. I've been able to be around for 5 of those 6 years. Um, I think I've probably spent the most time in the gym with him than anyone over those last 5 years, just with us doing workouts and shooting. And I just come in and rebound with him and connect with him. And so he's a special player. So to have that basis, I think, with some other guys, obviously, that basis of talent that we have, my goal is to add to that, bring in the right players and build the culture the way that I kind of see, you know, the way I feel it can be successful. So a little bit of a culture change, and then I want to win some games. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big talker on all that. We got a lot of work to do. We have a murderer's row in conference a little bit.
Oh yeah,
That I just got to look at yesterday, our conference schedule that just came out, and we play pretty much the top 5 teams in the first 6 weeks. So it's going to be fun.
grind.
We start at College of Idaho, first game of the
Oh,
conference season.
oh, your first conference game as a head coach would be against Kobe Blaine and the College of Idaho Coyotes.
Yep, and I know Kobe
Oh
does
wow,
an amazing job. So he called and congratulated me as well, and I said, "Well, thanks, Kobe, but I'm trying to beat you." So,
yeah. No more phone
you know,
calls unless it's urgent.
appreciate the call, but we can't call this a rivalry if we never beat you. So
Right.
we'll see.
That's going to be a road trip for me for sure. There's no doubt. Like as long as it's opened up with COVID, I'm going to be at that game. I love the C of I EOU like battles. I mean, and we ran with them a couple years ago. You know, like I thought we had the best talent in the whole conference 2 years ago, personally. But I feel like we can really like you said, with the addition of some size, like the right pieces, we're a good team, man. We have good kids. We have really good guys that work hard in my eyes.
Yep, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
our guys have learned how to play hard, and so we just need to build on that. We need some size at, uh, across the board, is just something that we had trouble with, and so I'm working hard on that. We're bringing a lot of guys in and looking at them and talking to them and see if we can seal the deal on some guys.
Nice. With so I'm going to ask you this question, and it might be like a little bit harder of a question to answer. So I mean, you can answer it however you want, but it did come up in conversations with people. So one of the questions I was asked by, and I'm not going to name the person, but they were like, "Do you think if Kemp gets the job, that he pushes, like makes it more of a religious program?" And I said, I'm a Christian as well. And I said, you know what? I think here's my answer, and I'll let you give your answer and see if they kind of line up. I said, I think Kemp has a good enough head on his shoulders that he knows that at a state university that's not per se a Christian university, there you got to walk a fine line with that, and you have to be open to other religions, because you could end up with a player on your team that isn't a Christian. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, yeah, so I would say making it more religious, I wouldn't define it as that. I want to be open to whatever these guys believe, and I want to create that family atmosphere. And if we're excluding people for different religions or beliefs, it's going to be tough to do that. Um, I am a believer, and that's a big part of what makes up who I am. But I would say I want to do some character coaching, and really stress just good character and building men that can be better fathers and better husbands. And that would be one of my biggest goals. Even if we win games and these guys aren't leaving better people and able to be better fathers, better husbands, then we failed them. And I saw a quote actually from Dabo Sweeney where he kind of said that same thing. Like, you can win, but if these guys leave not being better fathers and husbands, then you've lost. And that would be where I'm at, kind of in that whole realm. Is I want to be accepting to all beliefs, and
Yeah,
we can all have our own beliefs,
well,
but I want to create kind of a family.
And just the fact that, building character, that aligns with our religious beliefs anyways. You know what I mean? Like it's about being more like Jesus, and that's good enough right there. I mean, and my answer to the person too was like, dude, I know you think that Kemp might be a square, but he ain't a square. That's what I said. Just from what I know of you, you know what I mean? Like you're not, you're quiet, but I was like, dude, he's not going to come in here and like start a gospel choir in the gym. You know what I mean? Like, cause it was a legitimate question that was asked, and otherwise I wouldn't bring it up, So let's talk about, one of the questions I really want to ask you is because I don't know this, is there like parameters? So like when they hire an interim coach, do they say you have to do this and this and this, and then you'll get the full-time job, or is it just an evaluation after a year?
Yeah, it's essentially an evaluation after the year. They won't give any specifics because there's just so many aspects to it. They want to see an upward trajectory of getting the basketball program back to where they feel it should be, and they just hadn't felt like it was. And so an ultimate, upward trajectory, which is on the court, which is off the court, which is culture and academics and community service. And there's so many aspects to it. There's not some black and white check boxes that's going to get me the job. It's going to be a multitude of things. And then ultimately I'll still interview after the year. There won't be a direct hire no matter how good I do. And I'll interview and see how I stack up to what's there and what culture I've been able to build. So it's ultimately exciting for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure though too. Like, I know for me personally, like I want to know what I have to do to move forward or to advance. Like it's a lot of pressure, man. I have no doubt you can handle it.
Yeah, I'm just excited for the opportunity, and there is a sense of pressure there because what would come next if we didn't get it. But I'm also not really. I'm just worrying about trying to do my job every day the best that I can and get the right players in here. And coaching only really matters in my mind about this much, and the right players and the right culture. If you get that, then coaching can take it to a little bit higher. But really, the best players usually win. So that's what I gotta work on.
Well, I'll take the time right now to tell you congratulations again, and I'm proud of you, man. Like I've followed you, ever since I came back to produce the Johnny Ballgame show, and we've developed a relationship, and I don't think there's a better fit for that job at EOU right now. And it's huge. Like, it really is. And it was the best thing for our community. It was the best thing for you. It was the best thing for EOU in my mind. And I'm just so happy for you, man. It's awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate your kind words and your support for the basketball program has pretty much been unmatched. And I want to use that to keep building. And I want to be something that the community can be proud of, and a product on the floor and guys off the floor that really add to the community. And I don't just say that. I'm not really a salesman that way. That's honestly what I believe and what I want for our team. And I think we can do a lot better in our involvement with the community and putting a product on the floor that people can really be proud of and be pretty competitive. So
yeah,
we'll
and
see
hopefully
if I can do it.
The things with COVID open up and we can pack that place. That's the goal. I mean, I remember basketball games back in the 90s, like when Bubba played there and Dion and Mike Meeks. And that gym used to be like just rattle packed full. And that's what I would love to see for this Chris Kemp EOU men's team, man. This next year, it would be awesome.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to get it rolling, and we got some plans to try to pack it out and really build in the community. I want to connect with alumni like that more, and I've started that a little bit, but the best I can, I want to try to kind of be that bridge back to a lot of basketball alumni that maybe have been a little disconnected from EOU, and try to build some more good relationships that way, and bring guys back in, talk to the players, and just be a part of the program. So.
Awesome. I'm so excited to see your future, EOU men's basketball's future, unfold right in front of our eyes right here in this community. Eastern Oregon, he's EOU men's interim head coach, Chris Kemp. I'm Dodsey. Kemp, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Dodsey. Later.
Kempy, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm ready for this new era of EOU basketball. Let's go. Mount up. That's really all I got for today, you guys. It's Wednesday. Like I said, I have something coming for Wednesdays coming up, and I snuck this guest in today. I'm not going to have guests on Wednesdays anymore. Snuck in Kemp because it was just announced on Monday. Interviewed him yesterday, got it out today. So I'm excited about where EOU basketball is going. As a fan or as a watcher, what you can do for me is like, subscribe, and follow. All that social media jumbo. Just like, subscribe, follow. Watching, it's enough. But if you want to take it to the next level, visit the sponsors and like, subscribe, and follow. Eastern Oregon, that's all I got for you on a Wednesday. I appreciate you. I'm Dodsey. Wait. I forgot. Tomorrow night's high school basketball games at LeGrand. The girls' game's been canceled, and the varsity game's been moved to 6 p.m. The JV game will be before that. So, anyways, Eastern Oregon, I appreciate you. I'm Dodsey, and I'm out.